Oh yeah, here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Real time, real time, real time, real time, real time, real time. Prince Blue. real time, real time, real time, real time, real time. Prince Blue, talk that, talk that, talk that, coach, coach, talk that, talk that, talk that, coach, talking entertainment too. Look, we are not the same as you. Look, we don't need a thing, just you. Just make.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? What is up? I am your host, Real Time with Prince Blue. What is going on, everybody? I hope everybody is having a great day, a phenomenal day, phenomenal beginning of the week. No, you're not. Your eyes are not deceiving you. Yes, I am doing Real Time on Wednesday because tomorrow I'm going to the dentist. So I'm probably going to be out for the count. So I wanted to make sure that wanted to make sure that I was able to at least do a show this week because you're it yes, that's the title. The title is Why Do We Need the White Man's Paperwork? And I say that because this is my very first episode after I successfully defended my doctoral dissertation yesterday, and I am officially Dr. Prince Blue. I still don't know how it happened, why it happened, but it did happen, and I'm super excited. And it really still hasn't sank in yet. Everybody's telling me congratulations, people at the gym are calling me doctor and stuff like that. And they didn't know. Like, people were actually mad at the gym because I didn't say anything. They just knew I was just this overly thick brother coming to the gym, working out, looking like I had a lot on my mind. But when a lot of them saw the post, when they saw the social media posts, they were very happy for me. It was like one dude, he was almost like he couldn't even put it into words. So yes, this show is going to be half celebration, half me just doing what I always do. And the first segment is I want to share to y'all the official time I became Dr. Prince Blue. So take a listen.
That is accepted with some changes that need to be made. And we listened very carefully and we discussed whether those changes were relevant to you. I want you to look me in the face right now. I want you to remember this for the rest of your life. Not everything goes as planned. Not everything is perfect. And Scylla will tell you that Anton Scalia said something very important. Nobody writes perfectly, not even him. That refers to Scylla as well. So I'm looking at you and I want you to remember, I'm looking right in your eyes right now. And I hope you hear what I say loud and clear, because I don't want you to be disappointed. Congratulations, there were no revisions needed. You are one of us. We are now equals. I am proud of you. Oh. I am proud of your journey, and I'm emotional right now for you. I can tell you that you've done a job superior to most others. Thank you for being the man that you are. Thank you for the journey. The most important day I ever had, the most enjoyable day I ever had.
So there it is. Just to give you a little behind the curtains thing. I had just finished presenting for 30 minutes roughly. I did my PowerPoint and I'm talking and I'm giving all my results and everything. And then they kicked me out the room. They kicked everybody out the room, and then that's when they do their deliberations. And then he came back. My wife was about to go downstairs to, be on the Zoom so she can, watch it from the Zoom. But she heard them come back and she turned around and came back upstairs and started recording. Thank God she did. And then that's when you heard my mentor, my committee chair, my chair, who was in charge of my dissertation this whole time. He started talking, and at first I thought he was about to say, you did well, but there was some gaps there, and you're probably going to have to come back and explain it again. But not only did he tell me that I successfully passed my dissertation, but he told me that I passed my dissertation without any revisions. I want y'all to understand how rare that is, how hard it is to pass your dissertation, not only just pass your dissertation, but to pass it with no revisions. That means that they saw nothing wrong with my dissertation. That means I explained myself well, my presentation was well, my research was well, my literature review was done well. Everything was done well, above pretty much. You heard what he said in there, that it was done above most. And now that I'm even thinking about it, you gotta you can't put into words how hard I worked these past 3.5 years, 10 years in total, when I decided to stop just having a high school diploma and to go back to school. I went and got my bachelor's, then I got my master's. I took a year and some change off, and then I decided to go back to school for a second master's. But the person that was in charge of admissions at the college where I at grad school where I went for my master's, they said, "Why would you get a second master's? You have the resume. Go get your doctorate." And at that moment, it was at that moment I realized that either I was going to do something that was going to be extremely uncomfortable but rewarding, or just be just comfortable with just doing enough with my master's. And here I am 3.5 years later, sitting in front of you as a doctor with a doctorate in criminal justice, something that has meant more to me than you can ever imagine since I was 5 years old, when I would fake and write my mom tickets for things that she would not do around the house. True story. I would write little citations, little tickets, and tell my mom she had to pay. This is a big deal. And I'm finally coming out of my shell, because my friends will tell you, AJ is in here, Keisha is in here. They would tell you, they've been telling me, they like, you need to enjoy this. You need to understand what you just accomplished. And I've never been that type of person. Despite what you may think of me on social media, how I troll and I make people laugh and I go at people. When it comes to talking about myself, I do not like doing it, because I don't like when others do it. Because I think if people are to find out who you are, let them find out organically. Don't walk and shake somebody's hand and be like, "Hey, I'm Dr. Prince Blue," or "Hey, I did this, I did that." I'm not that person. But considering the fact of what I just did, I think I can take this moment, and I will take this moment. I did a dissertation on police work related stress. I told myself I wasn't going to do this. I did a dissertation on police work related stress causing mental illness to police officers, and if police departments have the adequate enough resources to mitigate those mental health issues. Do you know how hard that is? Me, I've been an open book since a lot of you have known me. I've been diagnosed with major depressive disorder, and I've been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. I also had post concussion syndrome when I was hit by a drunk driver while on duty. I had to medically retire due to diabetic neuropathy, because I just couldn't get right after the car accident. I've been through a lot. But instead of me feeling sorry for myself, I decided to take the experiences that I had and work towards making it better for others. I've earned this, and I'm going to use it to do the right thing. Does that mean I'm going to change who I am? Absolutely not. Am I going to have to pivot and be different in certain lanes? that I've never done before? Yes. But nothing is going to change. I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to tell my truth and sometimes the truth. And whether you take it or not, that is up to you. Only 2% of the population have doctorate degrees. I am one of them. And I ain't even going to get into the stats when you break it down far as ethnicity and race. Just pure academics. I am on the level with others that you call doctor. I did that. 162 pages of pure research, pure sacrifice, pure heart, pure emotions. Do you know how hard it is to type something and have somebody critique you along the way, every step of the way, and you have to trust the process? A lot of you think that because you can type something on social media or you say something or you read something somewhere and then you put it out there, that means that you know what you're talking about. That is not true. The same way that just because you read or you research doesn't mean that you know everything either. It's how you're able to apply the things that you learn to common world. Some of you can't do that. But I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to give you a freebie. If I can do it, you can do it. So to answer the title of this episode, why do you need the white man's paperwork? It's not the white man's paperwork. It's your paperwork. It's your education. It's your degree. You earned it. We have to stop acting like being educated and having common sense is a bad thing. No, everybody is not meant for college. That is true. But everybody has the opportunity to go to college. And when you get that opportunity, don't squander it. College is more than financial aid checks and freak fest. Because eventually you're going to have to grow up. And I had to find that out the hard way when I went back to school in my mid to late 30s. You're talking to somebody who the last time before I dedicated myself back to academics 10 years ago, I had a 1.68 GPA at my last college. Why? Because I wasn't mature enough. I went to college, I got with the wrong people, and I decided that being a partier, being a clown was more important than what people before me have died to give me the opportunity to do. A 1.6 GPA, then to a whole damn doctor now. Don't tell me you can't do it. I don't want to hear nothing about the white man or what your daddy ain't give you or none of that. We all have stuff to get over. The best thing you can ever do and put in anybody's face is your success and your control over your own actions. Y'all know this. I am big on accountability. I did that 1.68 GPA. Nobody else. That was me. That was me not getting up and going to class. That was me not turning in assignments. That was me getting on academic probation and thinking, no big deal. That was me. It wasn't nobody else's fault but mine. I'm sitting in front of you right now and telling you all this. Yes, this is supposed to be a celebratory circumstance, situation. But when I think about how much potential I see people have and they squander it day after day. Or when I see people rich or successful, smart, intelligent, and you continue to push a narrative that you are a victim or that life isn't fair. You know what's a fair? You know what's fair? Where they judge pigs and you buy funnel cakes. That's fair. Life isn't meant to be fair. So when I tell you I am beyond grateful, I am beyond blessed, and I am so excited of this next chapter in my life, I can't even put it into words. And it still hasn't sank in yet. Every time somebody calls me and thank me, you know when you're a good person, or when people really, really, really enjoy your presence and what you bring to their life. When people are more happy for your success than you are yourself. My friends were crying yesterday for me. My family was crying yesterday for me. My professor, my mentor was emotional for me because he said how much I grew through the process. I just want to give y'all a quick example. Imagine writing 10,000 to 15,000 words every week for 3.5 years. Every week, I had a 15 to 20 page paper that was due. Sometimes a little bit shorter, depending on what was the subject. This is in between vacations, events with the children, events with the wife. Oh, we have to go somewhere for a week. I have to finish all my work before I go anywhere. When you do something on this scale, something or somebody is going to get left behind, whether it's a friend, a family, hell, a marriage, whatever it is. I was one of those very, very few that none of that was sacrificed. None of my kids can tell you that I missed anything during this whole time. Even my mentor told me he was so proud of me that I stood up to him, because it was some days that he wanted to meet that I just could not do it because I had something to do with my family. And he said, he didn't tell me that at the time, but at the end, he said he respected me more for that. The only thing I sacrificed was being online and sometimes doing other crazy shit that I probably ain't had no business doing anyway. But man, I'm telling y'all, like, this is the best feeling in the world. No, I thought about coming on here with a whole lab coat and doing all that, but no. This is me. This is what somebody with a doctoral degree looks like in 2025. No, I ain't stuffy. No, I don't use the whole thesaurus. No, I don't use words with 13 syllables each. I'm me. The best thing I could tell you is what I've learned these past 10 years, and what I've learned these past 3.5 years during my doctoral research and my doctoral journey, is that whatever I've learned, I'm going to apply it, and I'm going to use it to uplift myself, my community, and my family. Will it be flawless? No. Will you like everything? No. Will it be palpable to everybody? No. But you best believe I'm going to always be genuine, and I'm going to always tell you the truth. And I'm going to always be real. That's why my name is Real Prince Blue. There's no gimmicks. This is who I am. And I hope that you take what I just said and understand that you can do it. Whatever it is that you want to do, that I got to preface this in 2025 also, that is productive. You can do it. You just got to take it one step at a time, like I did. One word at a time, one page at a time, one assignment at a time, and now I'm done. Whatever it is that you want to do that you haven't done it yet, and you feel like it's insurmountable, well, of course it's going to be insurmountable if you're still sitting your ass down or if you ain't doing nothing. Hell, I have a very good friend, a brother, and he'll tell you this. The first thing he told me was, write it down. What you want to do? Write it down. Check it off. Open your Apple Notepad, write it down. That's your first step. And then just slowly knock everything off your list. But thank you, everybody, for being with me through that journey. I really appreciate it so much. And just to let you know that everybody that stuck by me, you impacted me in a way that you can't even imagine. And I'm sharing this. I'm sharing this, doctor, with everybody that stuck by me and everybody that helped me through the process. I'm sharing it with y'all. You call it doctor by proxy. We'll be back after this first message.
Guess what, bitches?
We're back.
We're back.
Trifecta is back.
This Friday, February 7th, baby.
I know you miss me.
Let's go.
Season 3, and I'm just here to let you know that I am going to be even pettier than I was last season.
That's right. Trifecta hour, 8 p.m. on Friday. And like I said, I got the dentist tomorrow, but hopefully I'll be good to go. And make sure you check us out at 8 p.m. because you know we got a crazy show this week. We got some things that we got to discuss, and we got a little surprise for you. So make sure you tune in. Yes, Belinda, you could be a doctor by proxy too. So this next video is the downside to education, the downside to having multiple degrees, and the dark world of being educated.
Maybe your standards are just too high. I'm a 30-year-old single black female prioritizing gut health and protein intake. I can squat 250. I've written 2 books and speak 3 different languages. In the last 6 months alone, I've created 4 different applications and 2 different programs across the iOS platform. Not to mention, I started diversifying my financial portfolio at 23. You wear skinny jeans. We're not grading this on a curve.
Yeah. And all I heard was I'm single. All I heard was I'm single. You got 3 degrees. You created 3 applications. You're practicing gut health. You diversify your funds. You created 3 applications, and you're single. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I don't like talking about myself. Because nobody gives a damn. You said all that, and all I heard was I'm single and I don't know why. I can give you a 40-second video to tell you why. I just played it. What man wants to deal with that? And don't give me that, oh, if you insecure, just say that. It's not about being insecure. When I met my wife, I had a high school diploma and the last GPA was a 1.6. My wife had 2 degrees. And then while together, she went and got her master's. And now my wife is a successful business owner. If she had the attitude that that young lady had, me and my wife would not be together. Because my wife would have been like, I'm grading on a curve here. You only have a high school diploma? Ugh. You not practicing good gut health? Ugh. But you know what my wife said? She saw the potential in me. Well, number one, when she met me, I was a police officer already for 3 years. And I was already retired from the military. So it wasn't like I was a bum. But far as academically, me and my wife we were not equally yoked. And I already was in my career, and my wife was searching for hers or the next chapter of what she was going to do after getting her degree. And together, 13 years later, we have built something so pure and so organic. When I think about it, there's a reason why when my wife walks in the room, sometimes I'm just staring at her and she's like, "What? Don't start." And I'm like, "What? I can't stare at my woman?" Because that's how good I got it. And when I listen to videos like this, that's what makes me love her more, because if she had a touch of that mindset, me and her would not be together. Because she would have looked at me as hell no. Red flags. I have 100 things on my list. He has 99 of them. I need all hundreds to be. I need him to have all the things on my list for him to be with me. And you know what? I'm gonna stop saying no disrespect, because I do mean this disrespectfully. You got all that going on. You're single, but Prince, just because a man don't define you. I'm not saying that, but when you get on the internet and you say that, then obviously somebody touched a nerve. Or somebody wants to know you got all this going on for you, but yet you single. So what's wrong? What's your red flag? And you know what? What you said you've done, my wife had that, and she had a man before she was 30. That man was me. Is me. And you know what a good woman does? A good woman makes you want to level up. So guess what? I looked at my wife and I said, you got two degrees, and then you're getting your master's, and I'm sitting here, and if something happened, and let's say I can't be a police officer no more, or whatever the case may be that ended up happening, how can I market myself and I only have a high school diploma? How can I watch my wife go through her master's program, which was intense, see what she went through, and be thinking, we got kids. My kid's gonna look at mommy being a success and academically pushing herself, and dad just sitting there, just comfortable. That's what a good woman does. A good woman does not beat a man down with her accomplishments. Hey, honey, how can you get to where I'm at? What do you need? What do you want to do? Well, baby, you know, my GPA wasn't good the last time, so all right. So when you apply to schools, you make sure you write a letter explaining why your GPA was as low as it was. Ding, it worked. Got accepted into a community college. Then slowly built myself up to what I am today. A good woman will find a way to make it work for you. And that's what she did. A, and you know what's the horrible part about it? It's so many women like her out there that are really successful in everything, but when it comes to just being a decent human being and being humble enough to understand that everybody is going to be on different levels when they meet. This is not a movie. This is not Disney. You're not going to meet somebody that has everything that you want off the bat. You're just not going to do it. And you're never going to be with somebody long enough to see the potential if you're always beating them in the head and wondering, oh, when you going to level up? When you going to get like me? And that leads me into my next thing, which is the conversations behind this. We still having this high value conversation crap. We're still having it. Kevin Samuel, the Godfather, is gone, and we still got people getting on these podcasts and being completely wrong. And now that I say that out loud, and I'm on a podcast, and I might be completely wrong. But what I'm saying is, but I'm not out here giving people advice that I'm not either doing myself or have done. I'm not single out here telling married people how to behave. And this guy summed it up perfectly.
If one more person starts a podcast about relationships that ain't in one, I'm going to scream. But we be listening to these fools like they know what they talk. I'm just telling you how men are. I'm a boss chick, and I want this, and yeah, man, because I'm a high value man, and you know how I roll like this, and women like this, and y'all women, y'all be like this, and y'all men, y'all know how y'all be, and everybody going back and forth. Nobody's been married. Nobody's had a successful relationship. They just have a high body count and a big mouth and a camera. They're giving you their experiences of failing in relationships. And you're sitting there taking notes and in their live and paying for a Patreon of a person that don't know what they're doing.
I felt that. We got podcasters. We got people who are single that are traveling the world, selling out arenas, giving advice to other people. I'm not knocking the hustle. How can you, as a single woman, travel, a single woman, single man, multiple time divorce, adulterer, whatever you want to call it, degenerate, going around and giving advice to others and actually being successful at it? And some of you who are in good relationships but just have shitty communication and don't know how to talk to your significant other are seeking advice from these people. What does it mean when my wife, you know, she don't put enough food on my plate, or she make my kids' plate first? Does that mean she hates me? Why are you asking a 4-time divorced man? He probably gonna tell you some bull. You know what? You got single women with high body counts telling married women how to behave. Girl, you got to do this. Girl, you got to do this. You got to get that dress out the closet that drive him crazy and go out with the ladies. He'll straighten up. Again, thank you, Mrs. Blue. I'm so glad I got a woman that don't think like that. And all these challenges, like the last challenge was when a woman will put a little bit of food on her plate and put a whole bunch of food on her man's plate, and he not recognize it or say anything about it. And then she asked him about it. He say, well, maybe I thought you was trying to lose weight, or maybe I thought you wasn't just that hungry. And it's no matter what answer he gives, she is now upset. First of all, if you got a good man, you don't have to do a challenge. Now, the fun challenges I get, like, you know, catching the things that fall off and stuff like that, I get that. But challenges that's going to cause nothing but strife and is stupid, stop that shit. You're grown. Excuse me. You're grown. Put the food on your damn plate. Put Put the food on his plate. Eat the food. And first of all, if you put food in front of a man, he gonna eat the food. He ain't looking at your plate. Women look at men's plates because y'all want some. Even though we told y'all, hey, this is what I'm getting. Do you want this? You said no. Now you're like, ooh, but can I taste yours? Pause. Stop listening to these people. I promise you. You will be better off in life if you don't listen to people that don't know what the hell they're talking about. And it's not hard to figure it out. It's not hard. I promise you it's not hard. Hey, I'm married. Podcaster, you married? No, I'm divorced 3 times. Huh. So what advice can you possibly give me right now? High value man with the nice suit and the nice shape up and the fake ass jewelry. What advice can you give me? I'm a 42-year-old dad with 3 kids. I like to collect toys, Funko Pops, and watch ID channel and forensic files all day. My day consists of waking up, getting my kids ready for school, taking them to school, coming back home, and chilling with my woman. Even though she's at work, I just like to be home. You know why I like to be home more than anything? There is nothing out there for me. And I know that. And that's okay. Can no woman email, call my wife and say, he was in my face at the mall, or he was in my face at a party, or he was in my face here or in my face there. They can't tell you. 9 times out of 10, if I'm talking to anybody, my family or some resemblance of what I do with my family comes up within the first 30 seconds. Not even by fault, it's just by habit, because I am blessed. So I want to talk about my blessings to others, and maybe it'll rub off on them. We got to start hanging in spaces where we belong. Now, if you single and you think all men ain't shit or all women ain't shit, by all means, hang in that crowd. But do not get yourself a podcast or call yourself an expert. I don't care if you do got a degree, and I think you know who I'm talking about. Be preaching all that bullshit, but come to find out, he got some shit going on. These are the people we're letting tell our communities what to do and keeping them in the stupid. Keeping them in the dumb, in the dark. Have them thinking that there's nothing else to life. Next thing you know, you 40 or 50 years old, dried eggs, dry sperm, can't do nothing. Just going from woman to woman, you on blackpeoplemeet.com still in your damn 50s. But you educated. You got a house, you got a mansion, you got rings. You got hoes for days. You know what I got? When I turn off this podcast, I'm going downstairs to a woman that I've been with for 13 years. Happily. That every time when she still walks in the room, I still smile. I still can't wait till she come home. And yes, I am the little spoon. I'm a little spoon. I love to be spooned. So what? There's nothing else out there for me. And I'm okay with that. Some of you need to be okay with that. You can't be married and then try to act single. You know who you are. It's okay to brag about your significant other. It's okay to put your significant other on social media. Don't give me that BS. I'm protecting them. You ain't protecting nothing. You know what you're doing. I'm protecting my woman because I don't want other women to be be all trying to do. First of all, if you doing what you need to do, ain't nothing another woman can tell your woman. I'll give you a very good example. If a woman says, Mrs. Blue, Prince was at my house, or Prince was talking to me at 8 p.m. last Monday, my wife would be like, Monday, you say, right? Yeah, Monday. Impossible. Number one, my son, I mean, not my son. Number one, my husband has a meeting with his friends every Monday to go over their show. And Monday is also the time that he watches wrestling. So unless you one of the female wrestlers on TV, I don't know what Blue you talking about, because you ain't talking about mine. That's when you know you got a good woman, and that's when you know you're doing everything that you need to do to make sure that she is secure, emotionally secure, and her emotions are protected by you. But I'm being too preachy, so y'all go ahead and keep drinking wine and keep slaying them hoes. I guess that's what the people say. I don't know. We'll be back after this next message.
Guess what, bitches?
We're back.
We're back.
Trifecta is back.
This Friday, February 7th, baby.
I know you miss me.
Let's go.
Season 3, and I'm just here to let you know that I am going to be even pettier than I was last season.
Talking about TMI. I could be the little spoon. Ain't no. We just watched Dwayne Wade pull products out of his purse, his clutch purse, with painted nails. I think I'm okay admitting that I'm the little spoon. But speaking of masculinity and real men, Anthony Mackie got himself in a little bit of hot water about him raising men. Take a listen.
I keep my boys humble. Like, my boys have never had a pair of Jordans. My boys don't do all that internet fly shit. I'm like your kids. And no, I don't give a. I could be the biggest star in the world. Do not let me catch you being stupid. Mm-hmm. Do not. And my oldest gets it. My 15-year-old, he tells the other ones, he's like, yo, don't make dad mad. Because once you get one that's right, he gonna straighten the other ones out. Mm-hmm. So it's just that thing of, in the past 20 years, we've been living through the death of the American male. They have literally killed masculinity in our homes and our communities for one reason or another.
He wanted to go there.
I raised my boys.
He was ready to go there.
And however you feel about that, you feel about that. Right. But my boys will always be respectful. They will always say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. They will always say thank you. They will always open the door for a lady. They will always make sure that their mother is taken care and provided for. They will always be men. And that's always since they were 2 years old. Every time I left for a job, I tell my 15-year-old, you're the man of the house. You make sure these doors are locked every night, this alarm is on, you text me or you call me every night before you go to bed and you wake up.
I love that.
Because we're men. If I'm not there to protect, he got to be there to protect. Because you can have all the money in the world, climb through the window, that money means nothing. Right. You can have all the celebrity in the world, jump through the door, that celebrity means nothing. Yeah. So you got to have a little guard in there, And so for me, it's always that idea of American masculinity is very different.
Hold up. Limitless. Niggas to me cap.
All right, that was Anthony Mackie, and shout out to the Pivot for that clip right there. He didn't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. We raising some little punks. We are raising some little punks. Why? Because we're afraid what somebody else is going to say. I find it funny that nothing that Anthony Mackie said was homophobic, but you know what people did? They called it homophobic. They called it transphobic, what he said. Why? He's not a strong man, But Dwayne Wade can literally sit there, take items out of a small clutch purse with his fingernails painted like a woman and be strong because he allows his kid, his son, to be a woman. But Anthony Mackie somehow is a problem. No, he's not a problem. He's a solution. He's a throwback. He's what a man is supposed to be, how a man is supposed to lead his house. When did we go from, long as you under my roof, you do what I say, to, well, you know, counselors at school said this, counselors at school said that, the PTA moms won't like me, I will get an extra few likes if I let my son wear a tutu, people will love how brave I am letting my son walk in his truth at 2 years old. No. Absolutely the fuck not. When you live here, you're going to go by the pronouns that you were born with. Yeah, I said it. When you live in this roof, under this roof, you're going to be what I perceive to be a man. Now, when you get out on your own, you do your thing. When you could pay and afford for yourself, you do your thing. But when you in here, you're going to take out the trash. You're going to load that dishwasher. You're going to make sure your room is clean. You're going to take care of your mom. You're going to make sure if I'm not around, things are straight. You're going to get your siblings together. You're going to be an influence on your siblings. You're going to be a man. And I think we need more Anthony Mackies to speak up and less Dwayne Wades. We have gone too far left, and I ain't talking politically. I'm talking just common damn sense and what he has put in order. Now, I'm not saying you have to follow my religion or anybody's religion, but the religion I follow, don't play that. Don't play that punk stuff. I want to wear a dress. The fuck you will. I want to walk around with my pants off my ass. The fuck you will. I want to walk around with a bonnet on my head outside. The fuck you will. I want to wear a do-rag all day. The fuck you will. Your children are an extension of you. Parents have stopped taking accountability. We have went to the whole, well, we can't, you could be the best parent in the world, but sometimes your kid gonna do what they. No. I take it personal. If my oldest didn't want to do anything with his life, I would have took it personal. But you know what he did? He wants to be a dentist. He's going to college to major in biology to be a dentist. I take it personal. My daughter is the sweetest girl in the world. I take it personal if she acts any other way than that. I grew up with older sisters. You didn't see me. I wish I would have went to my older sister. She's here now. I wish I would have went to my older sister and said, "Oh, can I wear your makeup? Can I wear your heels?" She would have slapped the hell out of me, or slapped whatever fruitness that was about to manifest itself in me. Period. But as a man, my father, Grady Blue, he played no games. My dad was old school. You switching? Fix your hand. What are you doing? You gonna play a sport. You gonna do something. Stop being under your mom so much. My dad took me everywhere. My dad took me when he went to buy a car. My dad took me when he went to work. My dad used to do this thing, and I never understood why he do it. And it took me till I got older, like out the house, to ask him. My dad would, when he would get ready to go to work, he used to work at the factory. When he'd get ready to go to work, it was like 4:30 in the morning. He would put a cold wash rag on my face and wake me up. Mind you, I get up for school at 7:30. He would wake me up at 4:30. And one day I was like, Dad, like, why would you do that? My dad told me, because I never wanted you to not know how you got into this, how you got somewhere to lay your head, how you got food on the table, how you got clothes on your back, how you got toys that nobody else in your neighborhood has, how you got Jordans that nobody else has. That's because I get up and I provide for you. That's what a man does for his family. You think I want to get up at 4:30? Absolutely not. But I'm going to do what I got to do to provide for you and your sister and your mom. That's what a man does. And that's what Anthony Mackie was trying to say. But all y'all heard was masculinity. So he must mean don't let your kids be gay. That's not what he said. And I'm sorry that you associate being gay with not being masculine. Because hello, NFL, hello, NBA, hello, other sports. You gonna tell a 6'6" big ass defensive lineman that he ain't masculine because he's gay? Good luck. Good luck. Anthony Mackie, I salute you, brother. I will be going to see Captain America, but not because of this, but just because I just love Marvel in general. And this is just to show you, Anthony Mackie has said some things that I don't totally agree with. But that don't mean that he didn't hit the bullseye on this one. Because he absolutely did. We have to start raising our men to be better men. Stop raising them to be all sassy and argumentative and all that BS. Because you know what it does? It puts them on a fucking t-shirt. Because then when they get in front of authority, they don't know how to behave themselves. They don't know how to control their emotions. And they end up on a damn t-shirt and part of a movement. But if you would have raised them to be men, they wouldn't be on the t-shirt. They wouldn't need a movement. Do you know that some people, I'm a sellout, I'm a cornball, I'm worthless, I hate black people because I'm a black conservative? Imagine that. Me. I hate black people. No. I hate dumb people. And the last time I checked, dumbness comes in any race, any ethnicity, any gender. So if you, matter of fact, Donald Trump should make a new race. Dumb. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Latino. Dumb. Applications. Male, female. That's it. Don't give me that prefer not to say. Don't give me that non-binary shit. Don't give me none of that. Male, female. Pick one. And it better line up. We'll be back. Got me pissed off.
Guess what, bitches?
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Trifecta is back.
This Friday, February 7th, baby.
I know you miss me.
Let's go.
Season 3, and I'm just here to let you know that I I'm going to be even pettier than I was last season.
All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It is time for I Said What I Said. Help me out, Nene.
I said what I said.
Say what I say, and it's nothing that you can change my mind on. Now, I know I done said that last time it could have been I said what I said, but it's not. I saved it for this one right here. Again, my brother. I wish AJ was here to say his name because I don't want to mess it up. But y'all know him as Malcolm X. He speaks on DEI in the past when he was really talking about the future.
We feel that with the black man spending $20 billion a year, not setting up any businesses, not creating any industry, not creating any job opportunities for his own kind, he's not in a moral position to point the finger today at the white man and tell the white man that he's discriminating against him for not giving him a job in factories that he himself set up. If the black man has $20 billion, and these so-called Negro leaders are such geniuses that they can integrate white restaurants and integrate white factories and force themselves into that which the white man has set up, they should use this same ingenuity to show the black people how to pool our wealth and set up something of our own.
I will say this to the end of time. One of the greatest minds this world has ever seen, this world has ever known, and we took him for granted. He taught us that being black, he taught us that being strong and having our own was as equally, if not more important, I will say more important than integrating. Y'all know I have this saying where I say segregation is elevation. And I say that because we have at times, and still do, create things that have changed the world, whether it be through entertainment, technology, you name it. And the moment somebody comes to you and says, hey, I like what you have, I want to give you a certain amount, I feel like we could take it to the next level. Instead of you keeping it, striving, learning how you can build it, and not using outside interference, you sign it away for the quick money instead of building generational wealth or picking your others up. Malcolm came so close to saying by the bootstraps, but he didn't say it. I can use myself for example because that's what I'm going to do. I now have this degree. I can either just sit on it, keep all the knowledge, all the experience, all the wealth that I can pass on to starting with my family, my kids, and then going to the outside, or I could share it with the next generation. Hey, you can do it. Oh, you got a low GPA? Don't worry about it. What school you want to go to? All right, this what you do. This what you do. I want you to actually go out for that school. I want you to fill out the application. Then I want you to attach a letter and explain to them why your GPA was so low. Explain to them why you don't have outside things going on. Why are you not in certain clubs? I want you to explain it. Yes, AJ, I always use that example too. The Versus. The Versus was an event during the pandemic. And what did they do? They signed it away. As soon as they gave them money, they signed it away. Then came up with every excuse why they signed it away. The best example also I can use, y'all remember the Super Soaker when you were kids? A black man invented the Super Soaker. And he sold the patent. And he ended up with $10 million. That's what he got up close. I don't remember what the royalties was, but it's nowhere near what he could have had now. Super Soakers is still on the shelves. Famous Amos. Rest in peace, Famous Amos. Love those damn cookies. Look at Famous Amos' story. The man went to his grave in debt, although he invented one of the most phenomenal, most groundbreaking cookies in the world. And that's the one thing I will say about Famous Amos. You know what he did? When he realized that he signed this stuff away, he tried to reinvent himself. Even had black entertainers, black sports people donating, helping him. But it had already been too late. But he died trying to make his brand back to what he originally had it. But he too sold his brand. And then it went to shit. We have to learn how to keep stuff in-house. But Prince, if somebody put an infinite amount of money in front of you, first of all, it's not infinite. You don't think these people know what's going to make you don't think they know? They're not writing you a check out of the kindness of their heart. They have people on staff that do the calculations. They like, we could give him $10 million because we're going to make $60 million off this invention. We can write him a check for $20 million because we've already done the numbers. This is a $300 million brand. Think, people. Man, this money could be generational. I promise you, it's not generational. You know why? Because we still are not economically intelligent. You still talking to a group of people that is lined up around the corner for a pair of Jordans and fighting, breaking into stores because they cannot get a pair of Jordans. So you're going to tell me $10 million is generational wealth? It is not. It is to me because I know what to do with it. It is not to the majority of you because you still thinking like you ain't got no damn sense. I'll give you a small example. Before tax time, these hibachi places don't be full. Five Guys don't be full. Hell, Chick-fil-A don't be full. Tax season come around, you can't get a seat at the hibachi place. The Chick-fil-A is wrapped around the corner. Subway can't even get people no more. Before, it was $5 footlongs all day. You get your tax money, you act like you don't know who Subway is anymore. Yes, Belinda, 3% in royalties for the Super Soaker, right? But I'm telling you, if he would have held out, I'm just saying, I'm just using him in general. I'm pretty sure the last time I checked, he's good. He's good to go. But I'm just saying, just to give you a little example, when they write that check for you, they already done the numbers. They know you're worth double, triple that. They know this. You need to know this. You need to know this. So when you talking about DEI and stuff like that, you're not ready for DEI. You proved it already. Because you got there and then you was like, what now? I'm here. And again, it's not everybody, but you know how it goes. You make one of them, and when I say them, you know who I'm talking about. When you make them uncomfortable, they want it all gone. We're all the same. Look at it. In these videos where it's a small amount of black people breaking and stealing, look at the comment section. Usual suspects. It's always them. Blacktivities. Who's going to be on a t-shirt next? When did we stop being the trendsetters of things that are right? When did it become weak to take care of your family, take care of your woman, be good at your job? he think he all that because he work with the white people. What does that even fucking mean? This is the job that pays me, so of course I'm going to act like I have some sense. Did I say I'm going to kiss their ass? No, it may seem like it to you that I'm kissing their ass, but I'm actually just being a regular human being who likes his job, who happens to work with other people that happen to be not melanated. You make it too complicated. He's smiling all in those white people face. Why would I be mad? I'm making good money. I'm providing for my family. Now, if they disrespect me and then I don't do anything, now it gets nuanced. Because another thing, when did it turn into we always have to show our ass when something gets a little bit uncomfortable? There are ways for you to check people without losing your pension, without losing your income, losing your life. There's buildings with barbed wire with people who don't know how to handle their emotions. He disrespected me. So I put him in the ground. So now I'm cooking oodles and noodles, and I'm sitting next to a man. I'm laying down, and he's shitting next to me in the toilet because we share one toilet because he disrespected me. We went from Malcolm X to people like D.L. Hughley. Malcolm X, D.L. Hughley. That's champion for what's black. What should we do going forward? The man himself didn't even oppose voting. He said, if you throw your vote behind a party that does not care about you, you are a political chump. That's what he said. He never said, don't vote for Republican, don't vote Democrat. He said, if you're not politically mature, then that makes you a political chump. But we went from that to people like D.L. Hughley telling us, don't vote for one person. Vote for the person I tell you to vote for. Fuck the D.L. Hugleys of the world. Listen to the Malcolm X's of the world. Hell, if you got a good father in the home, listen to your father. Stop listening to Sexy Red and Megan Thee Stallion and Kamala Harris, Donald Trump. Listen, whoever. Listen to people that make sense. And I have a feeling a lot of you know that the people that you listen to are not making sense. You had a whole pastor tell you to boycott Target. No, he said fast. First of all, that's not a fast. From Target for 40 days. And y'all did it. And y'all posted how Target lost $15 billion in it. Target lost $15 billion and was still worth $60 billion. Maybe even more. You're not doing shit. It's all performative. You're really recording yourself telling black people not to go to Target, harassing black people in Target. While you're harassing them in Target, you're not at work making money, or you're not minding your own damn business. Target is fine. I promise you Target is fine. Your little 40-day shit did nothing to Target. They laughed in the boardroom. The same Target that took hits during the LGBT stuff when they had the merchandise out, They're laughing all the way to the bank because you know what? You slowly came back. But no, you on social media. Yeah, I don't fuck with them either. Amazon's next. You're next, Amazon. Oh no, Jeff Bezos, what am I going to do? I'm going to go from being the second richest person on the planet to the second richest person on the planet. He's not budging. Why don't we get together and make our own black Amazon? Because you don't mail shit out on time. You don't give people the product that they want. You overcharge. And then you fall back on, if it's a black-owned business, support black-owned business. Why? Malcolm just said why, but you're not doing what he said. You're just saying it's black-owned, so support me. I need more than that. I'm sorry. When you present whatever you're presenting to the people that you want people to invest in your business, it should not lead with it's black-owned. There's not black business. There's not white business. It's just business. When you burning Teslas and burning jerseys and shit you already paid for, I know we're gone. We're gone. It's nothing else I can do. Shout out to Malcolm X. Visionary. Truth teller. All he ever wanted was our community to be strong. I have the weirdest feeling in the world that if Malcolm X was here today, some of you will call him a sellout. Some of you will fix your crusty ass lips to call Malcolm X, to say Malcolm X don't like black people. Some of y'all will really get, if he had a social media account and he posted something, some of you will really be in there talking about, if you hate black women, just say that. The same man who came back from his pilgrimage and was upset that a mentor, a person that he looked up to, was not doing right by women. That man hates black women. Absolutely, Belinda. You loved Tesla before Trump. Some of that was your ultimate vehicle. I'm going to get me a Tesla. It was in your raps. It was in your rhymes. I'm going to get me a Tesla. I love a car that could drive me around and I don't have to do nothing. Then a comedian, an entertainer, a paid politician told you that he was bad and now everything's bad. This is, I'm going to leave it here. This is what Malcolm X was talking about. When you are politically immature, you are a political chump. When you are making decisions off of emotions and what people are telling you that are deep in the sauce and deep in the bag and getting paid off, you are in trouble. That's all I'm going to say. We'll be back.
Guess what, bitches?
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Trifecta is back.
This Friday, February 7th, baby.
I know you miss me.
Let's go.
Season 3, and I'm just here to let you know that I am going to be even pettier than I was last season.
All right, let's have a little fun, shall we? Let's have a little fun. It's time for Ayo Pause. Dame.
Stick together. Pause. Knows he can have it. Pause. You see what I do when I got the rock. Pause.
Let me just put this in real quick.
This is Dame, by the way.
So Ayo Pause is going to shout out to the gaming community. I did not know these chats were like this. I used to play, I still do, but I haven't played. I haven't found anything to play in a long time. Pause. But Assassin's Creed is about to come out, so I will be back on a video game. But that Assassin's Creed is not nothing where you got to interact with people. So some of y'all playing 2K in these Call of Duty rooms, y'all are rough. Listen to this.
2 seconds, brother. It's not like you was backcourt. How is he beating it from the back like that?
Whoa! Wait a goddamn minute now. You already on punishment, nigga. God damn.
Chill out, man. Chill out.
Damn. This nigga here don't stop. Won't stop.
First of all, I love us. You heard how he said that can't stop, won't stop? How he threw that in there? My man said, how's he beating it from the back like that? Like, yes, to basketball people, we know what you were saying, but brother, you in the chat room, you already know. You already know that was a pause. Why is he beating it from the back like that? Like, you couldn't even say like, no, you can't even say like, man, he beating us. Yeah, you can say he beating us with the backdoor cut. But if you say, man, he beating us backdoor, like what? And you could tell he was a habitual Ayo pause because they was like, yo, you already on punishment. Like, why you keep going there? Yo, he keep beating us from the back. I'm so scared to put on my headphones and get in the chat room because if I say something wrong, I'll probably have to like delete my PlayStation account and like never get back on ever again. Because as you can see, we don't let you forget shit. Oh, so yes, that was my Ayo pause of the moment. The last one here, for those who don't know, not my favorite, but the best basketball player that I've ever laid eyes on is Michael Jordan. Now, my favorite basketball player of all time is Allen Iverson, but the best player of all time, bar none, is Michael Jordan. And everybody saw The Last Dance. And what made me respect Michael Jordan even more was they asked him about him and his leadership style and how his leadership style wasn't for everybody. And I kind of flipped that and equated it to how some people liked to mess with Mike and some didn't. And some just, they thought that Mike wasn't, that Mike wasn't for leadership or whatever. So I took that as how Mike describes this clip and his leadership style and how he presents himself to people and either they like it or not. I kind of look at that as myself. Like I mentioned earlier, being a black Republican, being a black conservative, everybody's not going to rock with me. Everybody's not going to like what I say to them. But I will hope everybody knows that when I do say something to you, it's real, it's genuine, it's how I really feel. And I try to surround myself, not with everybody that's going to agree with me no. But I hope to surround myself with people that's going to be able to respect me enough to know that if we disagree, we disagree. But just know I'm never going to say anything or do anything to you that's disingenuous. I'm going to be honest about it. And so I want you to listen to how Michael talks about how people over the years question his leadership style.
You ask all my teammates, the one thing about Michael Jordan was he never asked me to do something that he didn't fucking do. When people see this, they're going to say, well, he wasn't really a nice guy. He may have been a tyrant. Oh, well, that's you, because you never wanted anything. I wanted to win, but I wanted them to win and be a part of that as well. I don't have to do this. I'm only doing it because it is who I am. That's how I played the game. That was my mentality.
And it cut off towards the end when he says, Michael gets real emotional. He said, and if you don't want to play that way, don't play that way. So pretty much, if you're going to, I'm putting this back on me. If you're going to be around me, if you're going to be a part of this next chapter in my life or continue to be part of this chapter, if you don't want to be around that, don't be around it. Don't be around me and be disingenuous. Because you see all the success they were having, they were happy. And that's how I feel. If you're having success, I'm going to be happy for you. If I'm having success, I will hope that you're happy for me. And just know that I want to share that with you. And it may not be palpable in a way that you like every single time. But just know it's going to be genuine. And yes, I'm going to absolutely be wrong sometimes. And I'm going to have to own it and be accountable and be like, I shouldn't have said that to you. Or I misinterpreted that. I apologize. Because that's what accountability is. But for the most part, if you're going to be around me, if you're going to follow me, if you're going to like my content, I'm not saying you have to agree with all my content. And you can say something in the comment section. But if you think you're going to say, I hate black people, I hate black women, I hate myself, I want to be white, you can get the fuck on. Because if I hated my community, if I hated myself, if I hated black women, if I wanted to be white, it would be totally different than the way I move now. Trust and believe. I love all of those things. That's why I do the things that I do. That's what I say. That's why I want us to be better, to do better, because I know we are better. You think I like looking in the comment section and seeing usual suspects, blacktivities? They gonna be on a t-shirt. You think I like seeing that shit? But at this point, you can't argue. Give me something to argue with. And then when I do argue, have more intelligence than to say he hates himself. If I hated myself, I would think like you, or how some of you do. So, thank you, Michael Jordan. I appreciate y'all. This has been a trying week. I got through it. It's been a monumental week. A stupendous, monumentous. I did something that very few could do. And I'm gonna learn to accept it and grasp and be able to be proud of my accomplishments. But the reason why it's hard for me is because I don't get into it with labels. And think of that. In 2025, where labels is important, she, her, they, them, he, Zim Zimmer, Zeers, who got the keys to my Beamer? My pronoun is doctor, and it took people telling me, hey, change your profile, put doctor in there. I didn't want to do that, but people was like, do it. Like you earned it. So if you can shout out proudly, you're a she, he, they, them, theirs, comedian, entertainer, doctor, whatever. I'm a doctor. Respect it. No, I don't sell Ozempic. I'm not that type of doctor. I'm a doctor in criminal justice. And I'm a subject matter expert in police work-related stress correlated with mental illnesses. That's my forte. So if you're out there, you're struggling with mental health, you know police officers that are struggling with mental health, and you need to understand what's going on, or if your department or if your organization has the necessary resources, reach out to me. All my platform, all my social media platforms is right there. Like, subscribe, and follow. I love y'all, man. I wouldn't do this if I didn't love y'all. If I didn't want y'all to do better. Dr. Blue, signing out. Be good, y'all. I'll catch y'all Friday. Peace.
Come through. RealTime, 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 Prince Blue.